This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child, Johnny Karlic.
I can see you. I can see you.
Yeah, we got it. I'm sorry, fellow man-child, Andy Serkis across the way.
Yes.
You know, that's a slap. I'm sorry, nothing against you. That's a slap in the face to Andy Serkis.
It is.
Because he's amazing.
He is.
He's amazing in every role that I've seen
Why
him
would
in.
you even compare him to me?
I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry, Mr. Serkis. I apologize for giving your name flack.
If you did take offense to it, Ricky will send you a fruit basket.
I will send you a fruit basket with the freshest berries from Wakanda. But what we are doing is we're talking about Black. Well, I'll send him some vibranium then from Black Panther in Wakanda.
Yes.
I mean, T'Challa might not like that, but I mean, Andy Serkis will.
Good luck getting in there.
Yeah, good luck getting in and out. There's only one man to do it, and he's dead.
Yes.
Which is Andy Serkis. Sorry, spoilers. However, we're talking about Black Panther here, and really it's not a spoiler because it's a Marvel movie, right?
Yeah.
Marvel kills their villains every second.
We've had that conversation
but
too.
We are reviewing Black Panther today. Both Johnny and I saw it. We invited Dave, but some circumstances came up. Dave could not join us for the review today. So Dave did see the movie with us. Johnny and I saw it Thursday with him. And real quickly, if you're new to a movie review, this is how it works. First, we stay in non-spoiler mode. I kind of fudged that up a little bit, but the first part of this will be non-spoilerly. The second will be a ton of spoilers, and we're just going to spoil the crap out of the entire movie. Then at the end, we will give our rating out of 5. 5 vibranium tubes is what we're going to do. And then
thinking the same exact thing. We even discussed that.
And then we will give our show stealer, which is like our MVP of the movie, the actress or actor that stole the show. Real quickly, though, before we get into everything, a little bit of housekeeping. Patreon.com. That's where you go to support us. Store link down below in the description to get yourself a nice MVP t-shirt. Rate us on iTunes. Give us that 5-star rating. It would mean the world to us. And last but not least, Most Valuable Podcast. Bookmark that page. That's where everything from Most Valuable Podcast is. But Johnny, Black Panther, we saw it. What are your first non-spoiler thoughts
well, way
about
to put
Black
me
Panther?
On the spot. No, I'm kidding.
That's kind of what I do.
That's the name of the game for this show.
Yep, that's the whole point of the show.
I enjoyed it. Fresh take. I mean, if somehow this is a spoiler, I apologize. It takes place in Wakanda.
Duh.
So it was a really nice fresh take on like a new spot because we always New York. We're in New York. New York. Where else were we? Oh, New York. Oh wait, we were in Asgard. I'm sorry. There's something different right there. Well, and it's really the only one that's been different otherwise.
And that's the thing. I know this is a Dave thing that he liked coming in, so that's why I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
He really liked it, but I agree with him is this movie did a great job of world building because we know, like,
agreed.
We know about Wakanda. We kind of know what it's known for, vibranium. What it's going to like.
Wait, great, thanks. You spoiled the movie.
Yeah, big spoiler. We know that like T'Challa is from Wakanda, but we don't know much about that. We just know that it's really hard to get into. They're kind of hidden from the world, but the way they were able to. They built up, like they showed you the city, they showed you the politics of everything, the different tribes that they have for everything. That to me...
Save a lot of that for spoiler, by the way.
That to me was one of the strengths of this movie was how they built the world of T'Challa, of Wakanda and introduced us to it.
T'Challa.
Yeah, well, it's his world. We're just living in it, man.
No, I have to agree with you. I really like that world building, especially from like... Yeah, we have comic book sources for it, but from something that's not even real. Like New York, we didn't have to do any real world building because we know about New York. Some of us, I don't know if you have, but I've been to New York.
I have not.
I have been to New York, and I mean, it was more of a drive-through visit for like a day or two thing, but I've been to New York, and it's something like, you've seen it in so many movies. You've seen it, pictures of it in real life. You've been there in real life. That's you guys included. We know about it. We don't need much of it built up. So we can, but this was a great way to not just build a world that we knew not much about.
Yeah.
And we had a huge amount of character development for more than one character. That was a great feat in itself in a movie.
Well, I mean, we'll get into the exact characters, but the big one was Black Panther himself.
Exactly.
Like the whole thing of, I don't want to go
too much into it.
Well, I don't want to go Lion King on it, but
kind of.
Really, it was Lion King. He was learning to be king. He can't wait to be king. Like you guys,
I think he could have.
Well, you guys seen it from the. Well, yeah, he didn't want his dad to die, but I mean, you saw it from the trailers, like the scene where the little plane comes down right on the waterfall, and you see him like this, like arms out, like I am ready to take on whatever challenger comes at me. I don't think that's a spoiler because it's in the trailer. Like, you can tell it's like, I'm the Black Panther. I'm the king. I'm ready to do this. Let's go. Let's jump in here. But it's kind of Lion King where it's like,
it's Lion King-esque.
Whoa. But in this case, it's a little bit different, which we'll get into with spoilers. But, I mean, another good thing about this, all-star cast.
Yeah.
Amazing cast. Like, you've got guys like Chadwick Boseman holding down the fort.
Michael B.
Guys
Jordan.
like Michael B. Jordan. We had Michonne from Walking Dead. You have guys like
Martin Freeman from Lord of the Lord of the Rings. Bilbo, and also wasn't he in something else?
He was in something else that I can't remember.
Sherlock, I think he's in too.
Maybe, but I remember him
that
mostly as
Bilbo. Same.
You got guys like Andy Serkis. You've got Forrest Whitaker in this one.
Notice two of those guys, The Hobbit.
Yeah,
were in The Hobbit.
Two of those guys were in The Hobbit. Andy Serkis being Gollum in that one. But I mean,
yes,
you also had, to me, I can't remember his name, but throughout the entire movie, I was sitting there going, who is this guy? Like, I have seen him so many times, the main guy from Get Out. You also had him as well in this movie. Because I'm sitting there, and I even, like, mouthed to Dave, I'm like, who is he? And then right after I said that, I'm like, oh, that's the guy from Get Out. Daniel Kaluuya. I think I said his name right. Daniel Kaluuya was in this movie.
I see him.
He was W'Kabi. And he was also in Get Out.
One thing I'm going to point out, speaking of when you said Michonne was in there, smart ass Ricky over here. I said, you know what? Who was that one that played? Is that Naki? Nakia?
Nakoe? It's Okoye.
No, above. That's not Michonne. The one above her. Lupita Nyong'o? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I did have it switched around.
So
you're right.
I was right.
You were right. You're right.
Okay, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't click on it.
You know who you're thinking of? You know who you're thinking of, Johnny? The one that played, and these names, by the way, bear with us here. Nakia was Maz Kanata in Star Wars.
Yes.
That's who she was. I know that's a voice, but she was Maz Kanata. It was Okoye, who was Michonne in The Walking Dead.
Yes.
So, I mean, a lot of good characters.
Okay. But no, the smart ass Ricky over here, I goes, what does she look? It was Okoye. And I go, what is she?
You're like, who is she?
She looks familiar from something. And Ricky goes, from Marvel, Captain America Civil War. Okay, smart ass. I meant from something outside of that. And then we figured out she's from Walking Dead.
And she's Michonne. Like I said, the cast in this was amazing. Even guys like, I mean, for me, I never knew him coming into this, but a guy like Winston Duke, who, let's be completely honest, I look at his Wikipedia page, the things that he's known for, Avengers Infinity War, that isn't out yet, Black Panther that just came out, and Person of Interest. Those are the only three. He's been in Modern Family. He's been in Law and Order. That's mostly all he's been in.
Smaller roles.
Roles. He was amazing in this one.
He was.
As M'Baku.
I love it.
Like he
loved his role.
Anything you think we need to hit though in non-spoiler before we move on?
I think anything else we can talk about wouldn't do justice without spoilers.
Well, and this is where I warn you guys. Let us know what you guys think about it. Let us know everything. We're going to go into spoiler mode. So this is where, if you haven't seen the movie yet, go ahead. Hit that pause button. We'll be waiting here. We're here until the end of time after this comes up on YouTube because you know what they say. whatever you put up on the internet stays there forever. So we're going to be here. We're going to be waiting. Go see Black Panther. We'll be back, and then we'll be diving into some spoilers. But, Johnny, let's jump into spoiler mode. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start in spoiler mode?
I guess at the beginning, right?
Okay, take us through the beginning. What's going on?
I got to take you through the beginning.
You want me to?
No, I mean, we kind of start off, if you want to, just kind of start off where we left off with...
Comet hits the Earth. Vibranium. That's the very beginning, right?
Well, we don't start right there, do we?
I thought it was the whole explanation of the comet hitting the Earth. The story of Black tell me
Panther.
That story, yeah.
You're right. It did start with that. I forgot. I thought that was a little bit into it.
But you're talking about when we get to T'Chaka's brother.
T'Challa? No, you're right.
T'Chaka's brother, the dad.
Yeah.
The dad's brother, and we're in Oakland.
No, you're right, though. We did start first with
Dad, that. Tell me about our history, and then that was basically...
That was cool, actually.
It was cool with the visuals and stuff, but how I saw that was, it's like, okay, you're catering to the casual a little bit. Well, Let me know about Wakanda. It wasn't anything bad, but hey, this is what we're doing.
Remember, they have to do that because of the casuals.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying.
You and I didn't know some of that stuff about it either.
I'm not saying I knew everything. Just saying.
Oh, I mean, that was cool. I liked it. And all done with the sand.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do with all their technology.
Yes.
That was really cool too, because it's what I guess it is like we said, this is spoiler mode. Mm-hmm. So what I'm gonna tell you guys is basically spoiler the shit out of this right now.
Crack the knuckles.
Crack the knuckles so you spoil the shit out of this. So what it is Wakanda is based off of 5 warring tribes that at one point the
M'Baku tribe.
No, the meteor
hits.
I like sound effects. I'm sorry.
Well, it's for audio listeners.
Exactly. You need to hear that.
So the vibranium
hits the Earth, starts to change the planet life. That's when the little flower that gives the Black Panther his power comes to fruition.
Yeah,
and that's when the one guy takes it and basically gets the rest of the tribes to follow him, except for the one tribe. I forgot what
M'Baku's tribe.
M'Baku's tribe. I don't remember what they're called.
They go off into the mountains. And then we go basically after that right into Black Panther on a mission, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how it was after that was we go to Oakland. This is still in the past. We're in Oakland. It's
in the 90s.
Yeah, T'Chaka's brother is basically what his plan is that we figure this out later, which is nice how they layered it. But ultimately, he is trying to help out his people because one of the big things in this movie was we have our people all around the world and they are struggling.
Yeah.
And we sit on this weapon that we can use to help. We can militarize our people and basically become it was a line that I'm skipping ahead here, but like Killmonger said later in the movie, he goes, we can either, I can't remember if it was him or if it was Get Out's character of Daniel Kaluuya's character.
Yeah.
I think it was Kaluuya's character because he was talking to T'Challa and he goes, we can either be the conqueror or the conquered, and I'd rather be the former.
Yeah.
It was the Wakabi is who it was. Because he was talking to Black Panther, and he's like, we can be the conquered, we can be the conquered, or the conqueror or the conquered, rather be the former. That's what they're trying to do. Black Panther comes to say, hey, you know what, we have a spy. Bingo, the guy you're working with, he's a spy. Goes to point a gun on the guy. Black Panther blocks it. Boom, gonna stab my own brother in the chest. We get that right away.
Knee-jerk reaction.
My knee-jerk reaction
to
it?
His.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly. Well, I mean, he's used to fighting, and he goes to stop because he can just step in the way, take the bullet to the chest, but then, like, what are you going to do? You're used to going, like, and to do that to your own brother, that was devastating for him. And the worst part is it becomes a cover-up story of, we're just going to leave the child there. We're leaving the child in Oakland.
Well, and that right away where I can't remember if it was you or Dave that said it, but right when they panned over to because there were the boys playing basketball and they made a fact to show them before we got that.
Yeah.
Showed it a second time because they're like, the cops hide the guns. And he looks out, and it's like, okay, it was just one of the kids. Like, they were just coming up and going through the fence to get their ball.
Yeah.
Showed him twice. That third time, when you see the kid, blue hoodie, he looks up, and he can see the ship flying away. Off. In my head, it wasn't like a huge, like, bingo, but I was like, probably Killmonger.
Yeah. No, that's what my thought was.
I'm like, that's probably Killmonger.
Well, because do you know the actual story in the comic book about Killmonger?
No, I've never read a Black Panther comic.
Well, I read into that because as soon as we found out Killmonger was the villain, Killmonger...
You're saying before we saw Black Panther.
Before we saw Black Panther. I looked into it, and real quick synopsis of what it's supposed to be for you and for them.
For those listening and watching that don't know.
So what it's supposed to be, it's close. They were really close, actually, with what is, instead of his, as they call it, war dogs, instead of his brother being a war dog, it's supposed to be someone, and it's not his brother. It's someone from Wakanda betrays them. He gets banished. Well, so does the son in turn. And then that's what basically harbors Killmonger still. So basic general concept, close to right.
The only thing they changed was instead of being banished, he was a spy who had a relation with a American woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had Killmonger. I love how they did Killmonger.
I do too.
One. And the thing I love most about it is like how they basically, even with both villains, their intentions were very believable.
Yeah.
Where like Andy Serkis, who was villain A or villain 1, was basically, I'm in it for the money. I don't care about the history. Like even when he takes that vibranium thing, just snaps it off, throws the thing away, keeps the vibranium. Doesn't care about the culture at all.
And he knows what the hell he's doing because he's like, well, why'd you let him run? Oh, make it look like we're amateurs.
Yeah, make it look like we're amateurs kind of a thing.
Yeah. I love Andy Serkis' character. I got to say that, though.
I do, too. And I was shocked
in both movies.
I was shocked when Michael B. Jordan just shot him.
So easily killed him off. I thought it was going to be a little bit more than that. Honestly, at least.
Oh, man, does that play into the Killmonger character, though? Because, like, this is a character in the movie where you see it when he goes to fight.
Yeah.
Well, no, you see it when he goes to fight T'Challa, where he takes off the shirt.
For the first time?
And he's got all the dots on his chest and stuff.
Scars, technically.
Basically, hey, this is how many fuckers I killed overseas and in the war. This is how much I have killed. And not even
just
that.
To get to you.
Not even that. We see their whole thing, like when they're doing the heists and stuff. I don't remember her name. I don't even think they said her name. He's got that whole Bonnie and Clyde situation going on to where it's like the part that I was like, whoa, fuck, okay, was when they get into the ambulance and Andy Serkis is being pushed in on the stretcher.
No, actually.
Killmonger's actually already up and he's kissing her.
Killmonger's the one that got pushed on the... Andy Serkis is the one pushing the thing.
What point is...
I'm just saying so they clarify for them.
As Andy Serkis then is closing, as the door is closing, you see him sitting up and already making out with her. I was like, oh, okay, that's how that's going down. And then you flash forward. Not only does he shoot the guy, Andy Serkis goes, hey, you know what? I'm going to end your Bonnie and Clyde thing. He goes, whatever. Shoots her in the face.
Yeah.
Basically goes, she means nothing to me. I want to go back to Wakanda.
That's the overall plan. He doesn't care who is taken out with it.
I was like that played into immensely. A guy that has killed that much, even if he is caring about someone like that, I wouldn't be surprised like I wasn't that he just popped her right off.
I didn't even think about this until now. This was all way premeditated. Even getting a job to work with Claw.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like I need Claw in order to get into Wakanda.
Oh yeah. That's why I love the Killmonger villain.
I do too. I didn't even think anything of it though either until just now.
We're jumping around a little bit.
I mean, just how premeditated it was. That's all.
Question for you.
Yes.
Question before I get into this. So, Killmonger throws T'Challa off of the waterfall.
Yes.
Oh my God, T'Challa's dead, which I get it. I talked to you about it. We'll get into this a little bit. But at that point, I was like, he's not dead. I know he's coming back. Like, I get you got to make it the belief that, oh my God, he might be dead. But point being, oh my God, he's dead. Killmonger's now the king. When they give him the thing to drink, question for you before I get into what I was going to get into.
Yeah.
The reason he didn't go to his ancestral plane, the reason he didn't go to the same place T'Challa went was because his dad's soul didn't go there, right?
No.
That's why, right? So his dad, if his dad would have been in Wakanda, would have died maybe of old age, his soul would have been there with the kings, or is that just where all the past Black Panther kings go?
I would say part of that's where all the kings / Black Panthers go. But I think part of it was, in a sense, he was
a traitor.
He was a traitor. In a sense, I'm trying to think how to put this.
He also died at the hand of the king.
He almost exiled himself at that moment. But the other part is maybe his heart was in Oakland.
Yeah,
at that point,
maybe
he had a woman that he had a son with there.
He wanted to fight for those people.
Exactly. So maybe that's where your heart is too.
So what I wanted to get into then is so Michael B. Jordan goes there after Killmonger goes there when he drinks and they bury him in the soil. The thing I love is he takes the book out, and at that point, I love how they were flashing back between the kid and then him as an adult.
Yeah.
The kid, him as an adult, because what it said to me was basically, wow, he probably went up there, saw his dead father laying there, and eventually as a kid found that book.
Started going through stuff after the grieving process.
Probably found the
ring necklace.
The ring necklace, and the thing that this was able to give him was the chance to talk to his father again.
Yeah.
This time as an adult. So that to me was like, whoa, that is a powerful scene.
Yeah. Oh, but do you think his father was trying to lean him towards don't do what you're doing?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. Because, I mean, you get the whole playful thing of what did I say about going through my things.
Yeah.
I think it goes, that's a good question. Because now I got to think back to my moment there. Black Panther was also a movie to where I almost thought about, man, I should go see this again before we do the review. Because there's so much intricacy. Intricacy? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. To where, yes, it has its action.
Yeah.
But it's not jam-packed with action.
No, not jam-packed.
It's more of a political movie, if anything. It's got a lot of politics going around in it, like how the tribes work, how things work with T'Challa once he is king.
Yeah, once you're being I forgot what the ceremony to become king is a thing in itself. If it's kind of cool if a tribe wants to challenge you, you're being allowed to challenge, which is kind of weird because to me the ones that went into the mountains didn't really become part of Wakanda in a sense.
So should they have had the right to challenge?
That's what I was thinking as soon as he came out to challenge him. I mean, that's what the rest of the tribes looked at him like too. Is like, you don't have a right to do this.
With how that tribe looks and how strong they are, who's going to tell them no?
That's true.
That's what I was thinking.
Except apparently T'Challa.
Yeah. Well, T'Challa wasn't king yet. He had his power stripped away.
He did.
Which I thought was awesome. Cool. It's like, hey, drink this. You see it coursing through the veins.
The pain it causes temporarily.
And then you get it back basically when you become king. But yeah, this one had a lot of things that went into it. And also the whole Wakabi's character of, hey, I'm going to backstab you basically. I'm going to turn on you and go into Killmonger territory where basically that didn't happen until, and I want to ask you what you thought of that. So we have Wakabi's character. When Black Panther, you have Michonne and you have Nakia. All three of them are going, Okoye, Nakia, T'Challa, all going to basically South Korea to try to get Ulysses Claw. Wakabi wants him dead for what he did to his father. Wants him dead because apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, Johnny, Wakabi's father died while Ulysses Claw was trying to escape Wakanda with the vibranium. And the pain when Black Panther goes, he slipped through our fingertips. And that started the turn for W'Kabi.
Yeah.
Where basically he went to the other side.
Yeah, especially as soon as Michael B. Jordan or Eric Killmonger made his way into a not sort of like I'm king now, and instead of backing Black Panther, just I brought you Killmonger.
Oh man, that's the thing I wanted to ask you.
I'm your best friend.
Killmonger couldn't have known. Like that had to be happenstance, right?
Yeah.
That he like Killmonger, like W'Kabi's the one he finds, and W'Kabi's the one that he hands a dead Ulysses Claw to.
No, I think that was. I don't think that was happenstance. I think this.
How would he have known that then?
This was all premeditated.
But how? Like I'm asking you, how would he would have known that then?
His dad's books. Knowing who like
who
what tribe Claw attacked. Then you find out. You do your research because he's probably done it.
True.
He's probably done his research on who. Obviously, the surviving son would be the one to step up of that tribe's chief. So he's probably did his research on that. Good point. Because if he has the way of like figuring out stuff about Wakanda, he probably has a little bit insight intel.
All right, no, this is. I just first thought of like how would he know, but now you're talking through it, and I'm
realizing how premeditated everything was.
And plus, that kind of goes into maybe, you know what it could also be? Maybe when Eric joined that's Killmonger, when Killmonger joined the military, maybe this was all like, he was like, man, I wish I could just get those guys back for killing my father. Has this urge to kill, joins the military. What if by joining the military, hey, I got the skills. They're teaching me stuff that I can use to basically do everything I want to do.
I think that's part of what the military
kind of kickstarted it.
I think that's what part of the military thing was for. A shit ton of frustration, constantly take out a frustration that doesn't end, but also to give yourself shit ton of the training you need to be able to pull this plan off.
This is a little off topic, but it just popped into my head. I'm asking this topic because I watched another review of YouTubers that I watch. So Everett K. Ross. Is he related to Thunderbolt Ross? Are they related whatsoever?
Could be.
Never thought about it until they brought it up. Where it's like, I can't remember which one on the podcast it was, but like, hey, are they related? And I'm like, huh? And he's like, Thunderbolt Ross, Everett K. Ross. And I'm like, fuck, what if they are?
Maybe coincidence, or maybe it's like cousin or brother.
Cousin, nephew.
Nephew, that's what I was thinking. He's
brother,
a little bit young to be brother.
Not sister. Can't be a sister, sorry. Threw that out there.
This day and age?
This day and age, maybe. But the whole thing is, I heard that and I was like, shit, maybe he could be related. I didn't think about that. They're both military.
Yeah.
Because when it's like, oh, this
maybe
is the guy.
His nephew.
This is the guy we're looking for.
He's a little too young to be brother. I would say that. I would think that.
But I mean, also you have hey, look at this guy. Oh, he's one of ours. And it's like, okay, like, is that supposed to make me feel easy about this guy? He's not going to come and kill all of us. The thing I really did like too is the suits. Yes. How you had I think if I'm thinking this correctly, didn't read Black Panther comics, but I think I heard this somewhere that the Killmonger costume was a throwback to the Jaguar costume or the Great Jaguar costume from the comics.
Maybe that
Black Panther readers can tell me down below. But I like that from it, where Black Panther's was the silver necklace. Yeah. Killmonger's was that gold necklace and had the gold kind of
every time it got hit
speckles in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really like the suits in general.
I do too.
With the purple that flew through it with the kinetic energy.
That was awesome. I loved it. That was a great way. To speak of that,
Shuri in general?
Shuri in general was great.
Go ahead. Go.
Go?
Yeah, just go. I know both of us like Shuri. So just go. That actually, I want to throw this at you. Yeah. Because I asked this to Dave, I think. I think I asked this to Dave on Friday. When Shuri said to T'Challa, when she was like, hey, I made these shoes after I started watching the old American films or the old British films that Dad used to watch, the American films that Dad used to watch. Do you know what she was talking about? You don't know?
British films. The only thing I can think of.
It was an American film.
Oh, American
but a
film.
British character.
Go ahead and tell
James
me.
Bond.
Oh, okay.
That's what they were referencing because it didn't hit me until someone was like,
that's right.
This is like a James Bond, like
Handing
T'Challa
him-
is like
handing
a
him
James
stuff.
Bond
Yes,
character.
no, that part
and
I
she
st-
is like the Q to James Bond.
See, I thought about that correlation, but I didn't think about. Wait, was that mentioned in there?
No, it was vaguely like.
No, I'm talking.
That's what she was referencing.
Did they reference? Like, did she say that the old films Dad used to watch?
Right before
I don't even remember that part. I just remember like this is kind of like cute.
Before she handed him the sneakers.
Yeah.
Which great name by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I call them. They don't even make a sound. I call them sneakers. Cricket, cricket, cricket.
Before that, she goes, "Oh, I made these after watching the old American films that Dad used to watch."
I didn't even remember she said that,
Yeah.
but I did think after like watching it and after like that was kind of like James Bond Q thing going on there.
And that's exactly what they were going for. That was a reference to, hey, this is what she's like to T'Challa.
Yes.
She is basically like the Q and having all the gadgets to where she had the, trying to think of the other stuff that she had, the car that she could drive remotely, the plane that...
Just throw this thing on there and...
That Everett Ross flew, which, what a great scene. It's like, oh, I lost one. Boom, 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 boom. And it's just shooting them.
Yeah.
And it's like, 15. Put me back in.
Yeah.
And he did kind of like a Star Wars Episode 8 thing.
Oh,
After he broke the thing right through. I'm going to fly right through you instead of shooting you for the last one.
It's like, screw it.
But no, like everything. And here's a question I want to ask you. This is off topic from Black Panther, but it's taking something from Black Panther and think about what we should do the rest of the MCU. So we're not going to touch the after credit scene a whole ton because we talked about that in a segment for the Rick and Johnny podcast. You guys can go check that out this week, either on podcast forms or video form. However, one question I want to ask you. And at the beginning, when Riri Williams was introduced as Ironheart, the new Iron Man in the comics, at first I was like, okay, not sure how I feel about this. But I was brought this to my attention for the MCU. What if Shuri becomes Ironheart in the MCU after Tony either dies or retires?
Let's do it. Let's get this written out.
Like I could see, like the first.
I could see it happening.
The first thing I thought of is, could you imagine a vibranium Spider-Man Iron Man suit? An Iron Spider vibranium suit. And that's another thing that they've kind of hinted at because they did an interview
No more worrying about bullet holes.
with the actress that played Shuri, and she was even like, "Yeah, you know, Tom's a friend. You know, maybe I can help him in the future with something." And I was like, "Oh, you're teasing us! You're teasing us with something." Vibranium in those suits, I could see her being, especially when she had the Panther claws, and they were basically like better repulsors.
Yeah.
I even leaned over to you and I'm like, could you imagine if Tony got his hands on that technology?
And what did I say?
No, he's not going to. Is that
Black Panther won't allow it.
Yeah, Black Panther wouldn't allow it. But at the end, he said, hey, I'm going to help everyone with a little bit more vibranium.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, what would you think if that's the route they did, if they made her the next Iron Man?
I like it. I mean,
Or Ironheart, I'm sorry.
Ironheart. Whatever. I mean, it's called Iron Man. That's fine.
Well, no, Tony Stark's Iron Man.
I think we all
Understand is what you're looking for.
Undermean what you stand is what the joke I always go with, and now it's actually become a habit.
Yep.
Oops. Anyways, we all understand what you mean when you say Iron Man. No, that'd be great. I mean, it'd be the way of tying in her more so into the MCU without introducing yet another character. And I mean, because like look what we do with other ones.
Plus, she had
Killmonger's story isn't exactly how it's supposed to be.
She had a chemistry with T'Challa. One of my favorite scenes is she goes to walk away, gives him the finger,
flips him off,
and the mom's like, "Shuri, sorry, mom."
Right? Like mom knew this was going to happen.
That's
before she even walked away.
Motherly instincts.
Oh hell yeah,
motherly instincts.
They know.
Here's another thing I want to go back to, and this kind of harps on that Shuri Iron Man thing.
Yeah.
Think about where she is at the end of Black Panther. T'Challa bought this building and that building and that building over there, basically to be like an outreach for the Oakland youth, basically.
Yeah.
A thing that I saw and someone was talking about, what if after like Infinity War and stuff, or even during not during Infinity War, there's a lot of shit going on. What if in the future T'Challa buys the Avengers Tower, buys it and says, "Hey Shuri, this is your HQ. Or this is basically where you're going to do all your cool stuff."
During all that, maybe he because Tony Stark tends to like look into things and notice things. And now that she's not in Wakanda,
she's in the U.S.
He's going to notice that there's this uprise in this technological advance in this small area.
Well, and really,
he's going to look into it.
T'Challa already said that. He didn't say it at the post credit scene. We are going to help the world by giving what we have, and the one congressman goes, "What does a farming nation have to give us?"
Just that smile.
Doesn't say anything. Just gives that smile, like, "Oh, you like." That was a nod to us, like, "Oh, you know what that is."
It's like, "Oh, just wait.
It's a coming. Vibranium is going to be a worldwide thing. You just wait."
Sort of.
Select nations.
Select nations. I think they're going to be selective on who they give it out. Or
just can't give it to everybody.
Well, I don't even think they're going to be giving it out like that. I think they're more so their reasources, their scientific advancements with it, yada, yada, yada. Not really just, here's a buttload of vibranium.
Figure out what to do with it.
Exactly. I don't think they're going to do that. It like the scientific advancements, saving Ross's life.
Dude, how many lives could they save? Here's the thing.
Roads.
Here's the thing.
Helping Rhodey.
Let me ask this. How then, let's say this goes back to a conversation we had in the Bucky segment of our actual podcast this week. How then would you kill Steve or Tony? How would you kill them because of these advancements that vibranium can basically save a life?
It's going to be basically a complete demolish by Thanos. Because remember, Infinity Gauntlet...
Like smash the face, like... kill you kind of a thing.
It's going to be a just total knockout. It's going to be something,
or a you're disintegrated.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, when you have all the infinities, if you have that reality stone, he's gone. I don't want him existing anymore. Yeah. Or the power stone. Look what it does to anyone that's not.
It makes them crazy. Look at Ronan in Guardians 1.
Someone who's not like special. I forgot how they put it. Like
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord could hold it and caress its power.
Exactly. Perfect example. Now that I thought about it.
Because he's part of a living planet.
Exactly. He's the child of a living planet. Anyone who's not a Celestial will explode.
Because Peter didn't.
Because the Guardians, you can make the argument, well, they touched it. No, they touched Peter.
Yeah.
Kind of drawing some of the power.
Holding hands.
But they didn't touch the stone. Only Peter had it like this, and then they grabbed onto his arm.
Yeah.
I mean, it draws some of the power off of him, so he's not all doing it himself. But overall, Peter's a Celestial. Anyone who's not Celestial
will blow up like we saw in Collectors.
So, I mean, imagine that power just being amplified onto, let's just say he punches Tony Stark, but with the Power Stone activated. Can just blow him up. Ronan, too. When Star-Lord directed it at him, just kind of
it was too much of an overload.
Yeah. He directed it at Ronan, and now, that's... Actually, Ronan didn't even really touch it. It was in his hammer.
Yeah, it was in the hammer.
I mean, I think he touched it temporarily, if that. But it was mostly in the hammer. So, I mean, if he just, enforced it and onto, let's just say he just hits Iron Man with that, he can make Iron Man explode if he wants because of the amount of power he's hitting him with. So I mean that's the power stuff. It can undo. Yeah, I don't think you're saving him with vibranium at that point.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna do much against Thanos. Here's what I want to flip onto you.
Yes,
we're getting a little long in the tooth with this one.
Yes,
Usually,
we are.
The movie reviews do.
Ow.
Anything that we haven't hit. You tried to pull out your tooth, didn't you?
I tried to jokingly pull out my tooth. I actually pull out a mustache hair.
Here's what I want to ask you. Anything in the movie we haven't touched that you want to touch?
I thought
before we get to after credit scenes.
I thought it was cool bringing M'Baku specifically in because he is a He's one of T'Challa's or Black Panther's enemies. Man-ape.
Basically being like, hey, you got to help us to, like, hey, can we borrow your army? No, not a chance.
But
tell us something you don't know about us. We're vegans.
You speak again. You don't get to speak here.
Oh,
you
that
speak
was
again. I'm going to
hilarious.
feed you to my children.
Oh,
I'm kidding. We're vegetarians.
we're vegetarians. Oh, man.
That was funny.
That was one that got a huge laugh.
Yes.
In our theater. But yeah, no, with that one, just having to where not the understanding of no, I'm not coming. At first, no, I'm not coming to help you.
Yeah.
But can my mom stay here? Yeah, sure. I'll keep her safe.
Yeah.
Like it's cool. But even when they come to fight, you see the mom, I believe, dressed up fighting as well.
See, I missed that. I didn't notice
Because
it.
they
you're
distinctly showed one of
woman.
them in female. And I'm like,
One
wait,
female,
I'm
yeah.
like, they don't have women. Oh, wait, that's
Well, they do have women.
but it's like in their fighters have all been males.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
like, oh, that has to be T'Challa's mom.
It's got to be. She's going to
That's gotta
come
be
in.
the queen.
She's going to come and help her son.
Yeah. Here's a question for you. When he's walking at Killmonger like this, no helmet on, do you see the plot hole of, hey, put your helmet on so they can't hit you in the face?
Well, the one thing that, just it's a
Or is that like a, hey, I'm showing my face, I'm coming for you?
Well, he's gonna show his face because anyone can just put that suit on, and oh hey, Black Panther, I got a vibranium suit. But if you see, holy shit, T'Challa's still alive.
No, I get that part.
That's why it was the helmet
I'm
off.
thinking like, hey, put that helmet back on before someone kills you
Well, that's why
or tries to kill you.
That's why it went on pretty shortly after, like
Yeah.
as soon as the fight was
Basically,
going to start.
hey, I ain't dead.
Because I mean,
You didn't kill me, Killmonger.
hence him saying, "Oh, the challenge isn't over. I did not yield."
Yeah, I did not. Basically, I hope you didn't put a scar on your body because I ain't dead.
Bitch.
I'm not dead. Actually, this is Lion King. This is Lion King because the enemy has scars on him. Lion King, the enemy, had scars, was literally called Scar. Lion King. This is basically taken. Disney basically made a Lion King Marvel movie.
Yes.
Basically what they did with a few differences. Here's a
Hot
question.
damn.
Here's a question I want to ask you.
Panthers instead of lions.
Panthers instead of lions. Here's what I want to ask you. Fight scene at the end. What do you think about it? Killmonger, Black Panther,
That was
going
great.
at it. Here's the one complaint I saw, and I want to ask you about it. I usually see this complaint because usually it's the only complaint I could see people having with it. What did you think of the CGI with the final fight?
I thought it was fine.
Nothing more to say.
Well, I mean,
it was fine. Because
No,
thing that
I
hearing,
had nothing against it.
The thing that and I usually see this as CGI complainers, basically,
Yeah.
of there's too much CGI. It's like, come on. And really the one complaint I saw where it was like, oh yeah, we're going to have a Star Wars prequel moment with the train, walking on each side of the train, just looking at each other.
Hey, guess what? Shut up, okay? What do you want? Okay, I want these people
In the end, we got the ending we wanted, which
Yeah, exactly.
was so touching.
super rewarding and touching. Yes, you're right. Okay, I want, and if anyone out there wants to yell at me about this, go for it.
Turn the mic a little bit toward your face. Yeah, there you go.
I'm kidding.
I just didn't want you. You were turning that way, and I'm thinking about our audio listeners.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Anyone out there who wants to put a comment down, if you are one that complains about CGI, tell me how they're going to make it better. Tell me how are you going to do better than the scene they did. Costuming can only do so much. I'm trying to think what they're called.
The point where the whole thing where they were falling was CGI.
Stunt doubles.
That
you
was,
can only do so much.
to me, that was cool. When they were basically free falling, but punch, claw.
Exactly.
Boom, 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 and while they're falling down, still fighting each other.
Exactly. There's only so much you can do until you have to hit CGI.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have done sort of what, I don't know if they could have gotten exactly what they wanted out of it. Doing it, Iron Man 3, they did not use CGI for a certain part of that.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
He was actually in the suit.
They did it for the suit and stuff like that.
Was it Iron Man 1?
Iron Man 3
Okay.
is what I'm talking about.
Talking about before then. There was one Iron Man where it wasn't CGI. It was mostly a suit, right?
I probably was Iron Man 1.
That's what I'm
That'd be
okay.
my guess. I mean, there was still CGIing in it. What I'm talking about is the free falling scene.
Yeah.
That was actually captured while people were free falling in the air. That, I mean, a lot of that was captured with free falling.
Yeah.
It wasn't CGI'd that way. They were free falling. So you got literally people linking hands together and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Where this one was, you could tell it was CGI, but I didn't think it was like, wow, that's bad.
It wasn't
CGI.
that bad. No, it wasn't bad CGI.
No, I didn't think it was anything. And plus that final fight,
Yeah.
the only thing I could think of was, and of course I get the plot point. I'm not criticizing it, but to me it was like, oh, okay, now I get it. Basically, how do we get one of them to kill each other? Give them something to take away their vulnerability.
Exactly.
Which was the shock absorbers or the silencers, the dampeners, whatever they were, that Shuri developed for the trains.
Yeah, so they can move at that speed with the vibranium.
Like, okay, I get it, but now I know why you put the fight here. Was to get those involved so that you could do that.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's how do we kill each other? We're
invulnerable. You're invulnerable. How do you kill
one of us
who's
takes off
the suit,
the helmet, because everything is in the, or rips off the necklace.
That's what I would think. That's what I thought was going to happen, was rip off the necklace.
Or once the suit's on, is the necklace then infused to the vibranium
I would
suit?
think so. That's why maybe that doesn't work that way. That's why I would think it wouldn't work that way. So you got to get. That's really the only way to do it.
What do you think of the ending though? With brings him to the sunset and lets him. He doesn't kill him. He basically was like, "Hey, we can save you,"
and he says no.
And he goes, "No," pulls it out and falls over.
No, that was very heartfelt for T'Challa. It's like he's still my cousin.
Yeah.
He may have tried to kill me, but he's dying.
We didn't even talk about that. The growth that he went. Basically, the whole like having to learn about what his father did and like, you are wrong. That was not right.
Having to learn like, no, I mean, I need to do my own thing as king, not follow what we used to do. That development in itself.
Man, so many different parallels of what's going on in today's age too, of basically why follow in the same path? Why continue to go that same path? Why not try to carve a new path, a better path for Wakanda? Because like even T'Challa would be like, hey, why don't we help the rest of the world? Well, we've never done it.
Yeah, it's not our way.
Like, it's not our way. We've never done it. Okay. All right. Like, I mean, why? Why haven't we?
Not to mention,
let's talk about it.
Let's put it this way, too. You got T'Challa and you got Killmonger, both kind of the same route in same direction in some fashion, but two very different extremes.
Yeah.
One's like, we're going to use our tech and introduce it to the world by conquering it. Whereas T'Challa goes, we just want to help everyone. I think we need to do this to help everyone.
And then it plays into really the marketing for this was phenomenal as well, because it plays into the line we get during one of the first Black Panther trailers where he goes, there are only two kinds of people, the conquered and the conquerors, or the conquerors and the conquered, however way he said it.
Yeah.
But it's like, now you think back, it's like, holy shit, there's two sides here. One wanted to be the conquerors, the other that seen as the conquered.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of hiding from everyone. And I'm just like, holy crap.
You're letting fear rule you.
That is a big kind of foreshadowing that we got even in like the first or second trailer of this movie. And I just had something in my head. I was going to say something and I lost it. Shoot, I was going to say something. It was about the whole, the beginning scene. We didn't talk about that yet with the whole, he goes to bring the girlfriend. I just think that was basically, not necessarily, you have to be there because I want you there. It was basically like, hey, we got to do this ritual. You got to be here. And the one thing Nakia's character was actually interesting was because she's Wakandan. She knows what Wakanda's like, but she spends most of her time outside of Wakanda.
Yeah.
So she sees what people go through.
Exactly. She did, and that's what she even says. Like, I don't want to be stuck here. I want to be helping people. And that's where that's probably where part of his influence is starting to come from now. It's like, no, we need to help people. We're able to. We should be doing it. We should stop hiding from fear. Which is, I like the whole storyline of everything with that.
You know what was also great about this? The soundtrack.
Yes.
Soundtrack was awesome.
I might actually go buy it. I haven't in a long time.
The entire
but
soundtrack was done by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, they actually had Kendrick Lamar do the entire soundtrack. Yeah, they had some which was orchestral music in here, and then others was Kendrick Lamar. One complaint that I saw, I actually like, so this is another one that I disagree with.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines in the entire thing is when Ulysses Claw is trying to outrun him, and he goes, "Turn on some jams. What is this, a funeral?" And then, bam, they turn it on. The podcast that I watched, basically, their whole thing was, it was corny because it's like, it was basically him going, "Hey, Kendrick, want to hit us with some tunes?" And they're like, Kendrick should have just came in and been like, "I got you, bruh," and then turn it on. I was like, I liked that line. I just thought it was Ulysses being an asshole.
Yeah.
Of like, "Hey, how about we turn on some jams? What is this, a funeral?"
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they're all in a possession of one line. I thought it was great. I thought it was hilarious.
I think I liked his. Like I said, his
character overall.
I liked his character overall, and that just adds to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's hilarious, Andy Serkis, and I like this iteration of Claw.
Well, Johnny, we're gonna move on. We're gonna go into final thoughts. Final thoughts, and then we're going into ratings and show stealers. What are your final thoughts on Black Panther before we give our show stealer?
You know what? I overall liked a ton of the movie, or not a ton of it. I liked all of the movie. These complaints that there are about it are really
everyone's going to have complaints.
Small little things that are really.
My only complaint we didn't get to.
Yes, I'll let you get yours in a minute.
I said we were going to do it small. We'll get it after you're fine. After you're done, I don't want to cut you off.
These small complaints are like things that, if you have a better solution,
do it yourself.
Say something.
You become a director. You bring the head of Marvel Studios.
If you have like I said with the CGI thing, if you have a better solution,
do it yourself.
Or hey, bring up to Marvel. Tell them, hey, this is way better. There's some things that you just can't help, and like the CGI wasn't bad. Honestly, I didn't really notice it because the scene was so great. Anyways, the other thing I was gonna bring up too, I just forgot what it was a second ago.
The visuals, because that's what I'm thinking about. Amazing. No, even the thing before the cutscene where it was like the whole like sand figures during the credits.
Those were great. Honestly,
it was awesome.
I love, and they use it for their tech too. Damn, I forgot what my other point was.
Did I make you forget about it?
You did.
Let's see if you remember it while I bring up my little complaint that I had at the immediately watching
real quick.
Did you remember it?
I did remember what it was. And it's not a complaint at all. It's just a funny observation I had. Remember the scenes of being in Wakanda, being in the marketplace? A lot of it really cool. Some of it made me think, wow, this is kind of hipster central.
A little bit,
Some of the clothing styles. I'm like, this is really hipster central.
A little bit. Yeah. I could
not
see
a complaint,
that.
just a funny observation I had.
I could see that. But my little complaint at the end was, now, of course, I get what Dave was saying to this. Of course, they're not going to kill Black Panther.
Obviously.
They're not going to kill Shuri. They're not going to kill someone like that. But as I got through this movie, I just kept thinking, like, except for like Michael B. Jordan, Ulysses Claw, there were some of the people that died, like, for example, the priest that, I mean, maybe him not the best example, but like he was the one that sparked it in my head, was the guy who betrayed Killmonger's dad. Maybe it was because of how many deaths we've had up to that point, but I'm just thinking, I'm like, are we just killing off useless people just to kill off, like, and when I say useless, I mean their character being dead does not hurt the plot moving forward. Does not change anything that would happen moving forward.
Well, in a sense, it does, because it would change things if they're alive. The plot you know of is because they are dead.
So I'll ask you this. Killmonger does not kill his Bonnie and Clyde person. How does that change the plot?
If Killmonger didn't kill her, he still has a hostage then. And he also
just would have let her go.
He also has a body shield.
No, I'm saying Killmonger.
Yeah, if Killmonger didn't kill her.
If he would have shot Ulysses Claw pinpoint and kept her alive.
I mean, that's not
would have just let her run away, and she wouldn't. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, of course, this is a topic.
Well, maybe she didn't know that he was willing to do that.
This is a greater topic.
Yes.
For the whole superhero thing in a nutshell. I'll be honest. I'm hoping Infinity War changes this, because it kind of goes back to the only hero that we've had die in this universe was a guy I got introduced to for one movie. Yeah, I cared about him in that movie, and his death was shocking, but it didn't have that far of ramifications, because it was like, hey, here's this character. Oh, wait, Ultron killed him. Quicksilver.
Yeah.
That's the only hero that's died in this universe, right?
That's true.
Like, yeah, it was a gut-wrenching scene when it happened. But then it's like, up the next movie. And eventually it was, we forgot about Quicksilver. Whereas you didn't let me care about him more. To where I'm assuming Infinity War is going to change all this. But that's one of the things that I'm just like, come on. We're just killing to kill here. And I get that I'm not one of those people like, oh, don't have killing in the movie. But I was just like, when are you going to give me a death that hits me hard, and it's not just a pointless one? And when are you not going to tease me with the, oh, he got thrown off a cliff? Yeah, he's alive. I know he's alive. Like, even if they would have been like in their Infinity War stuff, they can show it in Wakanda. What if they didn't show Black Panther yet? Until after Black Panther came out. Then at least I would sit there going, oh shit, is he dead? I don't know. I didn't see him in the trailer. He could be. What if he's dead? What if he's dead? You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You give me the illusion. You make me believe. When you take that belief away from me, I have nothing to stand on.
Yeah, I think you might be thinking a little too hard into it too. No offense, but just because
it's just something I thought about.
Any superhero movie, tell me that.
Oh, I know they're not going to kill the hero.
Exactly.
But I'm saying, like, eventually you're going to have to kill someone. Like Batman, the biggest thing that shook that universe was when they killed a Robin. They had the Joker kill a Robin. True. And that's a story that is like one of the top Batman stories of all time.
I think that's where Infinity Wars is going to bring us.
I'm hoping. No,
I'm pretty sure that's where we're supposed to get a death is what I'm hearing.
I'm hoping they don't give us one like, oh, Rhodey died. Great.
No, I think
I love Rhodey, but it's like it wouldn't be the same.
I'm still leaning on Steve or
like if Vision died. Great. Like I love Vision, but it's not Tony or Cap.
He might die too, from what I'm hearing, because
the Soul Stone, who knows if he lives with unless Shuri can help him and give him a way to.
By the way.
But
we don't know where the Soul Stone is.
When the Mind Stone gets taken out, if Shuri can...
You said Soul.
Do something. You know what I meant.
We don't know where it's at, Ricky.
Do something.
We don't know where it's at.
Who's your show stealer? Give me your show stealer.
My show stealer is going to be Chadwick Boseman.
The Bose Daddy.
Well, I mean... You and I know.
Giving it to Black Panther, giving it to T'Challa.
T'Challa. Well, I
almost said T'Challa.
I love the development of the character in so many different ways. Becoming king, coming back to take your home and trying
your rightful throne,
but also trying to decide what you should do with the future of Wakanda, because you've been hiding it for all these years. Yada yada yada. But I mean, the other part is honestly to pull off an accent that you don't have and make it sound believable. I can do accents, but you guys don't believe them. Partially because you guys know me.
You guys don't believe them.
Well, I mean, I can do Irish, Scottish, yada, yada, yada. And I'm going to use that over and over again because I feel like it now.
But it's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. Yeah. I don't make it believable, do I? No. You guys wouldn't think I actually am.
That's another thing I will say. You brought the accents into it.
Yeah.
The difference between him and Killmonger of like Killmonger. Oh, yeah. Because he grew up in America. It's basically
doesn't have the accent.
He's the kind of voice that we're used to, where he's like, "Sup, cousin."
Yeah, exactly.
All popped into my head. Thank you. The thing I forgot.
You're welcome.
One of the best scenes in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Ask me who I am. Ask me who I am. Ask me. He's like, I ain't gonna ask you. And then the dumb idiot goes, "Who are you? I am the son of," and he just starts rattling it all off. I was like, holy shit, that is awesome. Basically, like, ask me who I am. Ask me who I am.
I'm not going to ask you who you are.
And then, boom, who are you? And he, bam, right into it.
Yep.
Oh, man,
Played
that
right
scene
into
was
it.
awesome.
As soon as someone asked him.
Anything else about Chadwick Boseman? I'm sorry I stepped over your
No,
toes.
that's about it. I mean, like I said, it's beautiful character development on so many different levels. Plus, just like I said, I have to give props for an accent you don't have and pulling it off like you do.
Here's my show stealer. It's got to be none other than Eric Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan. The way, what he brought to the character, like I said, both, like at first, early on, I'm like, Andy Serkis is my show stealer. He is stealing the show. Then Killmonger killed him, and I'm like, well, I guess Michael B. Jordan said it's mine now and took it away from
There
him.
can only be one, right?
Because basically it was he killed my show stealer and then stole the show after that.
Yeah.
Like, he was an amazing, like,
No,
wouldn't have been the same
amazing
without
villain.
Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger in this one. And I find it funny. I can't remember who my show
There
stealer
can only
was.
be one.
I think, actually thinking back to it, I have to listen back. Do you remember who my show stealer was for Thor Ragnarok? It wasn't Kate Blanchett, was it?
One of us, I think, was Kate Blanchett.
I think it was you, but me, I know for two of them because I think that Ego, the Living Planet, was my show stealer for Guardians. Get this. If Hela was my show stealer, then that means for every single Marvel movie that, like, MCU movie,
Vulture.
the show stealer, I had Ego, I had Vulture, I had Hela then, and now I have
you had
Killmonger.
Hela,
Basically, Ricky likes the villains in the MCU.
Ricky, stop trying to be Barney Stinson.
Ricky loves the
Stop trying to be
villains.
Barney Stinson.
Hey, man, we didn't talk about it, but there's a Cobra Kai series coming to YouTube. Saw the trailer for that. Almost wanted to talk about it today. Cobra Kai. It's got Ralph Macchio and Zepka in it. They're both going to be in it. It's going to be on YouTube. I'm going to watch it. That's for sure. But Johnny, I know you gave your final thoughts. Give your ranking. Tell us what you're doing.
Well,
How many vibraniums?
I want to give a shout out, or what we runner up. Honorable mention, runner up to Alita Wright. I just loved her as Shuri. I loved it.
She was amazing.
I know you did too. I think Dave even liked it. What are those? And then
she was the comic relief of this. They couldn't have done it
beautifully
any better.
done.
What are you giving it?
I'm giving it 5 out of 5.
No surprise. It's a
surprise.
It's a Marvel movie.
Marvel movie gets 5 out of 5.
Why are you giving it a 5 out of 5?
Oh, English. I'll try that. Try that one. So I like the story development of Black Panther, his character development, and like I said, in so many levels. That's why I gave it to Chadwick Boseman. Michael B. Jordan's character was amazing as well. Killmonger, and like you said, I had a show stealer, and then he took the mantle because he killed my show stealer.
So you were gonna say Michael B. Jordan?
No, I
too?
wasn't.
Okay.
But he was in the running when I was thinking through it.
True.
And to be able to do the character development on these two and so many more characters, and to create a whole new place and give us a whole in-depth view of it was great and greatly done. And like, there's some movies, Batman v Superman, where you can throw too much stuff in there at one time.
Very too much stuff in there.
And exactly. So to be able to pull this off. And
even like Green Lantern, you had Parallax and Sinestro as your main villains, and it felt like too much.
Hey guys, take a note. You can throw a bunch of things in there and get it done right.
Well, the CGI suit was mostly the problem.
Yeah, for that one, yeah.
Here's my thing.
Yes.
I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
You bitch.
I'm only giving it a 4 out of 5, and here's my main reason. The reason why I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 is my feeling after the movie.
Okay.
Was it a bad movie? No, not a bad movie. Really good movie. I don't know if it'd be my top 5 Marvel movie. I would have to go through my rankings again and see where everything lied out. Don't know if it would be in my top 5, but there was a certain feeling where, especially the last 2 Marvel movies we saw, when we came out of Spider-Man, when we came out of Thor Ragnarok, I was at a level that I just wasn't at coming out of Black Panther. And I don't know exactly what that is. Like Spider-Man, there's a little asterisk next to that because with Spider-Man being my favorite Marvel hero, of course, plus I was all giddy during that movie.
Yes,
like
you were.
Dave was getting annoyed with it. It's like, shut up, it's my favorite hero. Deal with it. Well, my favorite Marvel hero, Batman, still has my heart forever and always. But I just wasn't on that same level. So even after the movie, I'm like, I'm conflicted. Do I give it a 4? Do I give it a 5? Do I give it this? Do I give it that? And the way I came down to it was this. 2 things. 1, if I had to pick Spider-Man, Thor, Black Panther, which one would I pick? Black Panther would be third out of those.
That's true.
It would be third out of those. 2, if I look at the movies that we had, and of course, now that we have this is me thinking into it a little more, kind of going with the scale that we have. Look at the movies that I gave 5 to last year, which was the ones that were in our movie of the year. Logan. Definitely Black Panther does not come to the scale of Logan. Guardians 2, all right, maybe. That was me kind of second-guessing. Maybe I shouldn't have given Guardians a 5. Wonder Woman, not a chance. Spider-Man, not a chance. Kingsman was close. Thor Ragnarok, not a chance. Beauty and the Beast, close. So you had 3 of them that were close. It could have been a 5, but I was looking at most of the movies I gave a 5, and I was having a different feeling coming out. It was more of like, for me, it was more of like, and really looking back at maybe my 4 should have been lower, but new year, new thinking. I'm going to go with a 4 with this one. Great movie. It's just not up there for that 5 for me. Just not quite there. Maybe it's because it wasn't action-packed, although I did like the whole politics and world building that they had with Wakanda. Any final thoughts? Anything that you want to rebut that I said about my 4?
I mean, you feel how you feel about it, and that's an accurate way to go about it. That you had a feeling that wasn't quite up to the standards of the other one.
Definitely better than the
remember,
Mummy.
I did say asterisk when Spider-Man. You mentioned Spider-Man.
It was better than the Mummy. I'll give you that, though.
No way. I thought you gave Mummy like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, no, dude, Mummy, 5 out of 5. Best picture of the year, man. Best picture of 2017. But that's going to do it for the Black Panther review. I want to apologize for why you've been seeing the graphic for, I don't even know how long it's been. I think it was halfway through our show stealers and that.
I think
the space on the camera card ran out, so couldn't record anymore. So you get to see our logo for the Rick and Johnny podcast.
It's fine. They probably got tired of our faces anyways.
Yeah, you always get tired of our faces. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. A little housekeeping here at the end. If you like what we're doing, want to get some more of it, want to make sure we can do newer and better things, make sure to check out patreon.com/most valuable podcast. If you want to get yourself an MVP t-shirt, make sure to check the store link down below in the description. Johnny did the Superman thing over the logo, even though you guys can't see it. Got to tell you what he was doing. Then number 3, if you're on iTunes, have Apple Podcasts, make sure to give us a 5-star rating on there. And last but not least, go ahead and bookmark Most Valuable Podcast so you never miss anything from MVP. Want to thank you guys for watching. Want to thank you guys for listening. And as always, have a good day, everybody.